The hunt is on. There's no going back now. It's in your blood. A primal need that must be met. It drives you. It consumes you. It takes you to the edge. What was once a simple pastime has now become your addiction. This season, come share the excitement with a group of fellow whitetail addicts from Lone Wolf. Learn from their time-tested techniques, as well as their mistakes, and be there to experience firsthand the highs and the lows we've all come to thrive on. They are do-it-yourselfers just like you. Their season begins the moment the last one ends. And when it comes time to release an arrow, they come up big. This is Whitetail Addictions.
Wow, what a cage.
Hi, my name is Andrae D'Acquisto from Whitetail Addictions, Lone Wolf Custom Gear. You probably know I've been chasing around whitetail for over 40 years now. After decades of doing this, I don't know what it is, but there's something about, I don't know, a set of sheds, antlers, a whitetail that still just drives me wild. While I took 10 years off from filming, we developed some new products. I decided to get back in the game. I've been out here now for 12 years, kind of semi-retired, farming in Iowa, and we have grandchildren now. I think I'm excited about them growing up and being able to teach them what I know, how to hunt, how to shoot a bow. It's a new chapter in my life, and I think I'm gonna enjoy it. Where before I didn't have the time or wouldn't take the time. I would hunt on my kids' birthdays, Christmas Eve I'd be gone. I was so addicted and so sick to the sport, I just I could not miss a day. I had a burning desire to get back in and get involved. So this year was a phenomenal October and a horrible October. Phenomenal in that I had opportunities and chased around deer. Got my tail kicked by a few, which most people, don't like to do, but actually I love a buck that'll step up to the plate and give me a run for my money. And this year I had a few that did. So now I think back upon that, and man, every night I'm just dreaming about where that deer is right now. Some of them we found the sheds too. We know they made it. I can't wait to get back in the game and go at it round two. Hey guys, Andrae D'Acquisto from Lone Wolf Custom Gear. Heading out to disc up some food plots for this fall. A little bit of a late start this year with the horrible weather we had, so I'm going to put in some Pennington seed. We've already got the spots sprayed. It's been 7 days, and now we're going to go disc it up. We'll kind of relax here before sundown. I'm watching a food plot from about 20 acres away here. Just got done with horrible rains. Just everything's saturated. Temperature's cooling off a little bit, so I don't know. Maybe we'll see a couple of bucks come out here. Got down from our morning stand, seen a couple bucks. We've been leaving this food plot alone most of the opener here. So I came here to scout the edge. So the reason I'm scouting the edge now is I'm all clean, my clothes are clean. I basically just got down from my stand. I'm going to scout all the sedge out and kind of pick from a distance a tree that I want to get in. And then I'm going to go get my mobile set up and I'm going to slide in and set her up. It is just getting hammered. All the turnips are just being eaten. Huge tracks. This entire line right here is all scrapes. And I want to show you something that's kind of unusual. There's usually like 2-3 scrapes under this apple tree. This apple tree has looking branches and scrapes around the entire perimeter of this. I've never seen this before. So either we got a bunch of bucks working the hell out of it, or there's a real good one that's just kicking the shit out of it. Look at them branches all busted up under the whole thing. Semi good for this spot. And what I mean by that is it's a possibility if something got way down to the left of us out in this field, we'd get winded. But what I like to do on these field edges is not have the wind go back into the woods. I like it to run right down the fence lines, right down the wood line. Then at least you got an opportunity for that deer to make it to the field. Whereas if you got your wind blowing inside and he smells you back in there, he's just not coming out. So we got a good one for this main trail. I got a little brush in the way here. A fixed head broadhead, so I can whack through some of that little stuff there. Steady about 6 mile an hour wind, so wind in the whitetail, baby. Doing some speed scouting. The new 1.0, we're going to set that up on some of these spots. I just jumped 2 good bucks, not the ones I'm looking for, but I know where 2 are sitting now. And the sign, as you can see, is starting to develop. They're starting to mark off some territories, so I'm pushing 60, but I'm having a ball. I'm sweating, fighting mosquitoes, but getting ready for this cold snap coming this weekend. Okay, man, I think we found what I'm looking for. Look at the size of that track. I don't know if you can see that in reference. That track is as wide as my hands and not skewed.
bedded down. Come on this way, or stick around this field at least. The morning of October 25th. Got a hard frost. A moon phase, it's a little late in the morning. I don't know if I'm going to be able to sit that long, but combine's down, so we ain't doing no corn today, or beans. Got a 13 point here that I've been hunting. I shaved the belly hair off in one day. Set up on about 400 yards in a different spot the next day. Came out, had him about 25 yards for like ever, and I didn't realize it was the same damn buck. I could have shot him, and he got within 10 yards of me, and basically got out without getting the hair on him. Good thing is, I still think this deer does not know he's being hunted. I'm bumping around here with the new 1.0 series. It's been an absolute joy to run around with lighter weight, but stand and sticks. It's November 2nd. Morning post. I got on here a little late. I bumped the doe, and she must be starting to go into heat because there was 5 bucks that were trailing her and one really decent one. Last night we had a podcast. I pulled some intel from a Lone Wolf undercover camera that day, and it had about a 190 hitting a scrape at 6:35. I know where that deer beds. I know where it came from. So I was all set up to jump on a spot. And I told Cody, I said, I have an appointment with a monster buck at 5:30. Podcast ran late. I was going to bring a trim saw with me and trim up that tree before I got in it. I got toward that stand, deer were already up, so I jumped in the stand that the scrape was on at about 5 o'clock. At 5:30, that deer was standing under the tree stand I was supposed to be in. How do I know this shit? And now the wind's wrong for that spot, so I won't even be able to get there tonight. So let's see what happens to this spot here. This is a phenomenal funnel down in this area. And we have some monsters on this property this year. More later. Shit, I just pounded a monster. This is one of the two that I was after. I heard him go down right here. I just text Cody. I can't wait to get my hands on this. This deer and another typical made fools made early in October. It's payback time. I'm gonna get down, check it out. It's kind of weird. This deer, oh man, just loaded. Loaded with blood. I'd be interested and need to do its job there. Okay, this ain't gonna be a tough tracking job. I heard it go down toward the river there, so no need to follow no blood. We're just gonna head down there. See what we got. Blood all over the place here. Blood. Had some snow a couple days ago. Oh, there he is. Man, look at the main beams on that thing. Wow, what a cage. I don't know where they'll go, but she's there's some of the longest main beams I've seen, but it's like right down to the lungs. Well, let's get a tag on her. Get somebody out here. This is November 3rd. Andrae D'Acquisto, Lone Wolf Custom Gear, filming for Whitetail Addictions. We got Brad Fleisner in a tree stand this morning. I just filled a tag a couple days ago. We're set up on a creek crossing off of some food plots. Sit back and let's see what happens. He didn't get wind of us, did he? He's gonna jump the fence. Get over the fence. Over the top. We've seen a lot of small bucks this morning, and it looked like a decent one. Showed up here. Get down and do some tracking.
At least the arrow was going in.
Straight.
Got in there far enough. The arrow was still in him when he ran away.
Looks like an artery hit. Look at that blood. Gallons of it. All right, this deer is definitely artery hit, and we're pushing it. Just crossed the road. And we got blood again. It looks like it's running out here. The blood's getting real light and pink, so it's probably high in oxygen. Not much left volume in the body.
Old buddy Andre. It's been a lot of years since we hunted together. This morning we had a change of wind. Decided to set up a double set. And man, years ago I remember dragging in stands a long way deep into the timber. Now we got these Lone Wolf stands made by Lone Wolf Custom Gear in the D'Acquisto series that are super lightweight. And I got this guy, I don't know, it was 8 o'clock, 8:30, somewhere in there. We had a lot of fun hunting together, laughing our butts off, talking about stuff. And it's a really good feeling. I didn't make the best shot on this deer. We had an artery hit in the back, and we had to push it.
Okay, upon a little more careful inspection of this deer, it looks like this thing must have turned a little bit as he shot, and must have been turning to jump the fence. Anyhow, we got a hindquarter shot, which isn't the greatest in the world, but one of my biggest whitetail I harvested in my time was a hindquarter shot, and it was pushed until it ran completely out of bud. So I had experience with that years ago. A tip for you is that if you get down and you see there's a lot of blood, and it's like an artery hit, you're going to want to get on that deer and push it. As long as you got blood to track, you push it. We had phenomenal blood until the deer bed up, and after bedding 20 minutes or so, the blood, when we kicked him up again, there wasn't a lot of it. So some of those artery hits can heal back up if you don't push them, and if you push them hard and you get their blood pressure up, you can rupture the rest of that artery and it'll open up wide. Stay on it, pay attention to what you're doing, and with some good hard work, it took us about 800 yards of tracking. You'll end up with your trophy. Had a conversation with my wife the other day over some coffee, and I told her I don't know if I'm going to hunt as much this year. We'll try and do some stuff in October. I don't think I feel the passion as much as I did, and she looked me in the eye and said, you're just a liar. And then I look back and think about it, and just that night I was dreaming about this buck that I shaved the hair off the belly this year, and wondering where he was at, and I guess she's right. I'm still consumed by the sport. I don't know what it is. It's just you just can't get this stuff out of your head. Literally can't wait for this next season to get here, and you know what? It's going to be here before we know it. Hi, this is Andrae D'Acquisto from Lone Wolf Custom Gear. I wanted to thank you for watching Whitetail Addictions and ask that you become one of our silent partners by hitting the YouTube subscribe button and following us on Facebook and Instagram.